We're going to begin by first cleaning the outer surface of the Xbox. So to do that, I'm just going to take a regular paper towel and some rubbing alcohol. Here we have isopropyl 91%. You can also just use regular warm water and soap for this part. Just make sure you get all the residue off afterwards, but alcohol seems to work the best. So we're just going to take a quick little dab and just run it around, applying a good amount of pressure just to get it nice and clean. And this removes any surface dirt, grime, oils, anything like that that might prevent proper adhesion of the skin. So just make sure you get it nice and clean. And then move on to the front and do the same thing. Just going to get a little splash there and just sort of rub with a good amount of pressure, making sure you get all the surface dirt and oils off of there. And now same thing with the top side. Okay, so now we have it nice and clean, ready for the skin to be applied. So to do so, I'm going to start with the top side. I usually start with the top. And we're going to take the slim skin and just peel off a little corner edge right here. And just work that into pulling off. Oh, be very careful that you don't rip the skin, obviously. So we're just going to pull off the front half like that. And it helps if you fold back the backing like so. And just sort of give it a nice little fold like that so it doesn't get in the way. So now we're going to take the skin and just try to align it so it's pretty well aligned there. You can use the front edges as a reference guide. And just make sure the top spacings and the bottom spacings are exactly the same. And the longer you take on this and the more time and attention you put into it, the better your skin will come out. So once we have it nice and aligned, I'm just going to commit and press firmly down. Just run my finger along the line. And we're going to just rub out the air bubbles if there are any. And at this point I'm just going to remove more of the backing and then continue pressing down on the skin onto the console, just like so, while still removing the backing. Be very careful with this edge on the slim in particular, as that can easily rip. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of this, and make sure you don't touch too much of the sticky side with your hands, as that will prevent proper adhesion also. Now we're just going to take the skin and just smooth it out with your hand, just like that. Just kind of go in a circular motion. Try not to start from the edges and come in, as that will create air bubbles. And now we're just going to kind of smooth out the rest and place it on just like so. Okay, so now that we have the top side all done, we're going to move on to the front. So we're going to take the skin of the front and just peel off the skin like so. And keep in mind, try not to touch the sticky part too much. Keep it to a minimum. So we're going to take the front, and I'm just going to align it like so. And I'm going to use the DVD drive as a reference towards where the skin should fit. So I'm just going to place it right at the edge there and try to align it as best as I can. So this should work. Oh, looks like I stretched this just a little bit. That's alright. Just gonna have to rub out the air bubbles if there are any. Try to keep it nice and contoured to the console. And again, just rub out any air bubbles as they appear. Just push nice and firmly down and they should dissipate. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the bottom part. I go ahead and peel off as usual. Just nice and smooth. Make sure you don't rip off any. So I'm going to take the top, or the front piece rather, and just sort of align it. I'm going to use the power button as a guide this time, and the USB ports as well. So as soon as it looks pretty closely aligned, I'm just going to commit and press down and just wrap it around the sides, just like so. Okay, now we're going to move on to the back. So once more, I'm going to take off the skin, just peel off. Let's see, we're doing the front right here. And this one obviously has a top orientation because the face, you know, the mouth would be on the bottom part obviously. But if your skin does not appear to have a clear way of that it goes on, like you're not sure if it's this way is top or this way, one quick way is to find out is to look at the back, or at the side rather. You can see it goes in right here, and it goes in right here as well. If you notice, the front part of the slim, on the front towards the bottom is where it divots in, and on the back it's towards the top, so you can just sort of line it up that way. So now we're going to take the skin off of the back adhesive, or the back backing. And once more, just fold the backing so it gets out of the way. And then we're going to take the skin and just sort of align it. Oh, make sure to remove these little pieces as well, if you got any. So now we're just going to try to align it just like so. We're just going to try to align it the best that we can. Okay, and we just sort of give it a quick rub back and forth, and we're going to remove the backing at this point. And once again, just go in a smooth circular motion from the center outward. And make sure to remove the little tabs for the feet. Set those aside. Oh, alright, we got a little air bubble there, but I'm going to press that out. Okay, and just like that, we have our skin all applied to a very cool looking Xbox 360 Slim.